So like I mentioned today, we're really focusing on the you and the guide process, understanding and releasing your own triggers. Okay. So, as parents, sometimes we just don't know what to do with the behaviors, and sometimes we actually do know what to do, but we're just so triggered by that problem behavior. We're so emotionally heightened that we can't even remember or stick to the best plan, right? Maybe even yesterday, like, you watched day one and then your kid had a meltdown and you're like, wait, what was Melissa saying about this? Like, you can't even access that information because you have such strong emotions. So when I talk about triggers, I want you to think about it like a button. You know how they say like kids press your buttons and they always know what buttons to press? So that a parenting trigger is like an emotional button. And when your child presses it by engaging in a behavior, it activates a strong emotional reaction inside of you. Okay. So if you think about your brain, and some of this is just how our brain and body works together. So I want you to understand what's happening for you. The prefrontal cortex of your brain, it's the part of your brain that really regulates your thoughts and emotions and behaviors. This is your rational brain. This isn't fully developed until age 25. So that's why your kids are going to be irrational for a long time. Um, but this is the part of our brain that can engage in problem solving. It is like that's the part of our brain we want to be able to access to be able to respond effectively to our child's behavior. Okay. We want to be able to access that prefrontal cortex. We also have other parts of our brain, like the amygdala or hypothalamus, which are responsible for our emotions. Okay. So these are called like the lower brain or like even the lizard brain. This is more automatic responses that our body has, and it's much more focused on survival. Okay. And so often here's kind of what happens in the bodies of parents of high needs kids. Okay. So our kid does something, whatever that one behavior that you picked, they're doing the thing. And then what happens is your brain tells you a story about what they're doing. The story your brain kind of fills in is often related to maybe your own upbringing, some unresolved stress, or maybe an expectation of how things should be, which is not what's happening right now. And we'll come back to that in a second. But whatever that story is that your brain tells you, your brain then views that as a threat and activates your fight, flight, or freeze response. Okay. So fight, flight, or freeze is a natural thing your body does when any kind of danger is detected. Okay. And a while ago, bears were like a really big thing, right? We were very concerned about bears. So fight or flight was super helpful because if you had a bear, you shouldn't try to fight it. Probably you would just run, right? But like immediately, even before your conscious brain was like, oh, there's a bear, I should do something, that survival brain already kicked in and is running. Okay.